Alright, so in this video we'll be figuring out what it takes to become a 10 trillionaire. Basically, like I think Jeff Bezos is only like 40 something, so he has a lot of time left. Jeff Bezos is like 50 something, but Mark Zuckerberg is like 30 something, Elon Musk is 40 something, and their company's already worth like 200 billion, 100 billion, 150 billion. Like, they're gonna become a trillionaire. And if they can go from like being worth 50 billion to being 200 billion over a matter of 1 or 2 years, then with this continued exponential growth, they're gonna become multi-trillionaires. So I wanna sort of simulate something. So first thing first is let me get a log graph. Maybe exponential graph. Here we go. So let's bring this all the way, zoom this out. Let's just make this the map. So let's say we put in age. Okay, so there'll be 100 here. And this is when they're born. So let's look at someone that's been youngest billionaire. The youngest self-made billionaire is this person. Austin Russell, 26 years old, 2.4 billion. So if he's 26 years old, 2.45 billion. So look at this. If he's 26, 2.4 billion. Insane. Let's get a graph of this is actually graph of Mark Zuckerberg net worth. Okay, there's not much charts here. Let's do say Elon Musk. This starts at 50 billion though, but we know that in 10 years he went from 50 billion to 200. So when you figure out a 0 to 50 billion graph, how long does it take to go from 2.4 billion? Let's try Warren Buffett net worth. So everyone's seen these graphs. Let's say he reached 2 billion. Oh, here it says the number. Awesome. 2 billion, here, 2.4 billion. How long does it take to get to 50 billion? So this is 58 to 77, 20 years. Wow. So let's go with that, 20 years. So by 26 plus 20, that is 56. So in between, this will be 20 plus 20 years, that's 46. Damn. Okay, 46. So imagine by 46, you're worth freaking 50 billion. And this is really conservative. I want to find someone that's young. Is there not a graph of net worth of Jeff Bezos graph? Okay, this graph helps. Here we go. Awesome. Yes. So he was worth 2.4 million. Wow. 98. How long did it take for him to be 50 billion? He has 50 billion? 15. So this was 17 years. Wow. So on average, it would take 17 years to go from 2.4 or 20 years. Yeah. 17, 20. Yeah. Conservative 24. Wow. Holy shit. I did not expect it to take that long. 20 years to go from 2.4 billion to 50 billion. How old was he in 2015? Jeff Bezos's age. 57. So that was 6 years ago. 51. So if we go with this graph, you beat him by a few years. But what about Elon Musk? 50. Mark Zuckerberg, 37. Mark Zuckerberg net worth. He was 50 billion 2017. Wow. He was 50 billion 4 years ago at the age of 33. That is insane. He dipped. Wow. So Mark Zuckerberg is actually like the youngest. He's the youngest, most successful person for his age, which is insane. He is at the top for per age group. Oh, here's a cool graph, but it's only delayed. It's only the last 2 years. Okay, let's go with this graph. Oh wow, cool. Okay, we got this graph to work with. This is going to be even better. Oh wow, Bloomberg. This is so cool. So he started, when he first got started, he was like worth 15 billion already. So in 2012, that was 2021, 2012, so that's 9 years ago. 9 years ago, 30, 20, 28. Even just like here, 10 billion. No, that's 2013. So that was 8 years ago. 8 years ago, he was 29. So age of 29. Oh, look at this. It was like around 10 billion. But now Mark Zuckerberg was 37 and he's worth 137 billion. Wow, 137 billion. That's insane. Mark Zuckerberg was the youngest, the most successful person for his age. Wow. It almost, wow, it goes up to freaking, just shoots up. So the next thing is 100 bill, 137. What's next? So if you're around 137 here, this was in 2020, end of 2020. And then now we're going into grey zone where we don't know what's happening next, like it's never been done before. But just sticking with this graph, if this is the value, like freaking, this would literally be like, if that's that, this would be at least like 500 billion. And if you go up here, like let's do blocks. Let's create blocks. So this would go to 1 trillion. 1 trillion. You go from 1 trillion to, that was 3 times. 3 trillion. Damn. 3 trillion. Now let's say you get 100. Now I think you're going to live longer than 100 years old by then. Look how insane this is. Because this, you sort of grow exponentially. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's where I'll hit, I think 10. So this 10 times that by 10, 30 trillion. Wow, what the hell? 30 trillion. What? That is insane. Look, it makes billions look small. It's gonna happen, like, look, Mark Zuckerberg is 137 billion at the age of 37. In 3 years, Amazon, Jeff Bezos went from 137 billion to 200 billion. And just off that trend, they're gonna hit at least 500 billion in 10 years. That's pretty conservative, 10 freaking years. And another 13 years to double that. And another 10 years to triple that. 12 years. And another 25 years to 10x that. Like this definitely makes sense. This will be a good thumbnail background. And someone showing that this is 30 trillion. Now I think if that's 30 trillion, okay. So between 75 and 100 would be plus like 13. I'm just fascinated at this. 10 trillion times 3.3. 3 times 3.3. Wow, literally 10 trillion. What are the chances? Let's take a second to take this all in. Let's search the world's GDP. World's GDP. So this is how much, like, okay, they're not showing us too much numbers, but let's do world's USA GDP. Billions. Oh wow, that's quite a lot of money. So let's go here. 18,000 billion. Okay, so it takes 1,000 billion to be in a trillion. Oh wow, 18 trillion a year. That's a lot actually, 18 trillion. But when you get to this net worth, you could basically spend what the whole of America outputs. You could buy America. Wow. How much money is there in the world? How does that even make sense? How's there 36.8 trillion circulating if we want, like, 18 trillion is America's GDP? Wow, so I'm seeing like 37 trillion, 36 trillion, 11 trillion. So like, when you get to like freaking 11, like if you get to like 30 trillion in net worth, you have all the money in the world, which obviously doesn't make sense. But this is also how printing works. Money will be printed by then. Like, let's see here, money supply graph. Money supply graph. Look, M2. Right now there is 20 trillion dollars. Like, it went from 2 trillion to 20 trillion. So like, this is going to keep growing obviously, and it's sort of gone crazy in the last year of printing. So yeah, I guess it may be possible to have this much money. You use money to make more money. Oh, this is going to be a tough journey. Not going to be easy. This is really intimidating at the same time. Alright, so that's the breakdown on what it takes, or the graph, to get to $30 trillion net worth, $10 trillion net worth at the age of 87, $3 trillion net worth at the age of 75, $1 trillion net worth by age of 63. Like, this is a trend that Mark Zuckerberg could potentially follow. Like, at his current rate, this is probable. Like, he's smashing it now. He's probably a outlier, but man, he's so aged for his freaking success. It's insane. 37. I need to start watching more Mark Zuckerberg interviews rather than Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos interviews. But yeah, damn. Here, net worth by age. Net worth. Richest net worth. Like this one. This is a pretty good graph, but it's old. I want a newer one of this. But it just shows how Mark Zuckerberg is the richest for his age in 2012. But yeah, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's go ahead and announce last video's winners for $1,000 worth of courses, a consulting course with me. The winner's here. If you guys want to qualify, all you have to do is drop a comment below, follow me on Instagram, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like this video, and I'll be picking the best comment every single video. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace.